Today I'm going to show you how to do the 4-step approach jump, as well as show you a few things you can work on to improve the height of your approach jump. So as we start to learn our approach jump, we want to start from the net and work our way back. So we want to start with our last 2 steps and then work our way back, because regardless if we're doing a 2-step, a 3-step, or a 4-step approach, our last 2 steps are always going to be the same. So as a right-handed player, it's going to be this right, left, and then I'm going to jump off the ground. What we really want to focus on though is getting that nice 1-2 rhythm, so it's 1-2 as I hit the ground. It's not this 1-2. Left-hand player is going to be the opposite. It's going to be that left-right as I hit the ground. As I'm doing that, I also want to make sure that my arms are kind of throwing into the ground as I'm hitting that last foot, my left foot as a right-hand player, creating that downward force, which is going to create that lift off the ground. So it's a pretty simple exercise, but it's important to get that rhythm down where I go right, left, and then my hands are coming with me each time. Right, left. So you can stand in front of a mirror and just practice 10, 15, 20 of these reps. Make sure you get a perfect rhythm with each time. Once you've mastered the basic rhythm, we can kind of expand this and make this a little bit harder. And we can move on to what I call a Superman approach. So I'm going to stand on my left foot as a right-handed player, put my hands out in front of me, and I'm going to take this aggressive stride onto my heel. I want to get my heel onto the ground, not landing on my tiptoe. I'm actually going to reach my foot as far out in front of my hip as I can, reaching my hands back as far as I can, creating as much separation between these 2 points. And then as I come through and roll onto my toe, my hands are going to throw into the ground, and we get off the ground. So this is what it'll look like. Starting here, hands on the front, I got to be really quick with my arms to get all the way back, and then forward again by the time my left foot hits the ground. As you get more comfortable with, you can increase the distance, but start slow and start small, and just keep it right underneath you. As you get more comfortable with that, we can get more aggressive as we're taking our last 2 steps. Again, do that in front of a mirror, maybe 5 to 10 reps, making sure you get that perfect rhythm with each rep. Now that you got a pretty good handle of the last 2 steps, we can start talking about the 3-step approach and start worrying a little bit more about our arm swing. So as a right-handed player, a 3-step approach, I'm going to start with my right foot forward, and then as I step forward with my left foot, I got to make sure that my arms are swinging with my foot. Too often we'll see players just stand here with their arms out in front and walk like a zombie on those first 2 steps, or probably even worse, no arm swing, just put your hands on their hips and then swing back on that second stride. So I really want to imagine there's a string tied between my hand and my foot. So as I swing my hands forward, my foot comes with me. So I'm going to go basically up to 90 degrees with the ground here, and then I'm reaching that foot on front of me, getting at least 90 degrees behind my back. So you got at least 180 degrees of motion here, and then coming forward again as I put that left foot on the ground. So I'm here, right foot forward, arms going to swing forward, back, and then up. So again, arms forward, back. Just like everything else we've been working on, start slow, and then as you get more comfortable with it, we can get into more of a full speed approach with our last 2 steps. Okay, now you've mastered the 2 and the 3-step approach, we can step back to 4. Really not a lot changes with the 4, though. The 4 step's really just like more of a timing step than anything. So I'm going to come back a little bit further, start with my right foot back. As I take that right step, I don't want to do anything with my arms. I don't want to swing forward, I don't want to swing back. I want to be relaxed. I'm here, and then I can be again aggressive with my hands as I take that left stride as a right-handed player, and then back, and then forward again with my left step. So again, here it is, right, left. Once you get that rhythm down, you can back it up, get into that full speed stride, take your full speed approach. Really the biggest thing though is just making sure that we have that perfect rhythm. Don't sacrifice technique for speed. You'll hear often that the faster you go for your approach, the higher you get off the ground, which is true. But if your body can't support that force, your body's going to collapse. So some examples of this would be, as I'm coming in too fast, if I really have to dip my hips, my chest down, that's a good sign that you're losing posture, because what we want to do is have that really upright torso as my right foot is hitting the ground as a right-hand player, which is allowing me to store that energy to create that higher jump. this is different than like a vertical jump, where a vertical jump I really want to dip my hips down low and use that power to get off the ground. Your approach jump is much more a speed exercise or speed jump. So I want to be quick off the ground and use all that kinetic energy to get myself off the ground higher. So that's how you do the 4-step approach. I hope you found that video useful. If you got any questions, go ahead, leave them in the comments.